Epic Historian presents the Colosseum. Rome, the Eternal City. From its humble beginnings on the banks of the Tiber in 753 BC, it grows to become the most powerful empire the world has ever seen. At its center sits the most iconic building in the world, the Colosseum. Situated in downtown Rome, this mighty arena is more than a place of entertainment. It is the thunderous beating heart of an empire. Gladiators, naval battles, spectacles of all shapes and forms before a roaring crowd of 80,000. Built to entertain, awe and pacify, it hosts events that decide the fate of thousands. This architectural marvel becomes, and remains, the symbol of Roman dominance. Join us as we take you back 2,000 years to bring the Colosseum to life. 68 AD, the bloody reign of Emperor Nero comes to an end. Insane, corrupt, and violent, he's overthrown by the Senate, declared a public enemy, and hunted by his own Praetorian Guard. Slitting his own throat as they close in. His madness had culminated in the Great Fire of 64 AD, which ravaged 3/4 of the city. Using the destruction as an excuse, Nero built an extravagant pleasure palace, the Domosoria, that even included a man-made lake, severely draining the empire's coffers. But now, for the first time since the death of Julius Caesar, Rome is left without an heir. Civil war follows as Roman generals turn their armies on each other. The last one standing is Vespasian. A practical and disciplined general, he immediately begins to demonstrate that his reign will be far different. The Domosoria is filled in, and the man-made lake drained. On this spot, at the crossroads of Rome, Vespasian orders construction of a grand amphitheatre to dwarf all others. But building the equivalent of an NFL-sized stadium in the middle of downtown Rome is no small feat. So the full might of Roman engineering and technology is brought to bear. The scale is epic. They pour over 6,000 tons of concrete and bring in over 100,000 cubic meters of travertine stone. To transport these immense building materials from the main quarry, the Romans build a dedicated road 20 miles long, connecting the quarry directly to the construction site. Rising from the ashes of Nero's lavish palace, the Colosseum begins to take shape. Over 10,000 people work around the clock. Huge cranes hoist massive blocks of stone high into the air as the imposing structure rises above the Roman skyline. Most modern stadiums take 2 to 3 years to build. For the Romans, it takes only 8. In 80 AD, the long-awaited day arrives. While he doesn't live to see its completion, Vespasian's son, Emperor Titus, steps into the royal box to the sound of over 50,000 roaring spectators. His famous declaration of "Let the games begin" marks the beginning of 100 days of games. Wild animal hunts, brutal executions, gladiatorial combat, concerts, parades, and even naval battles. It's a breathtaking display of wealth and power. The message is clear: Rome bows to no one. But while these spectacles astonished the poor and rich alike, one stood out above the rest. Naumachia. Staged naval battles were not new in Roman society, but they had never appeared in this type of setting. In its early years, the arena floor would be flooded, transforming the Colosseum into a watery battleground. Emperor Titus staged one such battle during the inaugural games. Pitting ships against each other, mock war at sea. Diverted from one of Rome's many aqueducts through an intricate plumbing system, at the command of the emperor, 1 million gallons of water floods the arena floor. Gladiators, dressed as soldiers and sailors, crew real floating warships and reenact famous naval battles from Rome's history. These events see entire ships sailing across the arena floor, violently ramming into one another, with gladiators leaping from vessel to vessel, engaging in brutal hand-to-hand combat. This engineering marvel is meant to demonstrate not just Rome's military might, but also its dominance over the natural world. There are even accounts of events held at night, including some of the first displays of synchronized swimming. Nude swimmers representing Greek nymphs put on artistic displays, Bathed in the glow of torches and blazing braziers, the spectacles took on an almost mystical aura. All of this would not be possible if it were not for the Colosseum's masterful design. A network of arches and vaults provides the strength to support the massive weight of its 4 stories, while still giving it an airy, open feel. The ingenious 5:3 ratio of its elliptical design ensures that every seat offers a clear view of the action, no matter how far from the arena floor. A design technique that is still used today. Built to house up to 80,000 spectators, the seating system is organised according to social class. Every person has a ticket that corresponds with an exact section and seat. Even the passageways and staircases are engineered to allow thousands of people to move in and out of the Colosseum faster than most modern stadiums. Public amenities, including 80 drinking fountains and lavish bathrooms, make the experience comfortable. While the Valerium, an enormous retractable canopy operated by Roman sailors, provides shade and ventilation, allowing the crowd to enjoy the show, even under the blazing Roman sun. Allianz Arena, home of Bayern Munich Football Club, was completed in 2005. With a maximum capacity of just over 75,000, it almost matches the Colosseum's 80,000. With a similar elliptical design, it mirrors much of what early Roman engineers were able to create almost 2,000 years ago. Even Rome's emperors were constantly under pressure to provide even more elaborate spectacles for the masses. Under Emperor Domitian, work begins on a secret area beneath the floor of the Colosseum, the hypogeum. Greek for underground, it's a state-of-the-art complex that will forever transform the games. Below the arena, an elaborate system of tunnels and cages conceal gladiators, wild animals and machinery, waiting to be sprung on the unsuspecting crowd. With the use of giant capstans and more than 80 vertical shafts, the fighters and props are lifted onto the arena floor, appearing as if conjured from thin air. The sudden dramatic arrivals keep the audience on the edge of their seats. While typical events today last a few hours, crowds at the Colosseum could enjoy an entire day of entertainment. Most days began with wild animal hunts, followed by midday executions of prisoners in various forms. Then came the main event, Gladiators. These specially trained warriors were the sporting superstars of their time. Armed with an array of weapons, they fought in elaborate matches, from one-on-one duels to large-scale reenactments of famous battles. Crowds cheered for their favourites and often petitioned for their survival after a heroic display. However, the ultimate decision of life or death rested with the emperor. Some gladiators lived to fight again, while others met their bloody end before the roaring crowds. Emperor Vespasian envisioned the Colosseum as a gift for the people, but it quickly takes on another purpose. As long as the people of Rome are entertained and fed, they're less likely to pay attention to divisive political issues. Famously known as panem et circenses, bread and circuses, this strategy allowed Roman emperors and aristocrats to maintain control over Rome's often volatile population. It was so effective that over 230 amphitheatres were built across the empire, from Britain to the Middle East, with several still standing today. The arena of Nîmes in France remains one of the best preserved and continues to host events. These amphitheatres symbolised Rome's power and the perks of Romanisation. Following a successful military campaign, Rome wasted no time in reshaping the region, with key civic developments like sanitation, markets and temples embedding Roman culture in its wake. Today, the Colosseum stands as a testament to Roman engineering, ambition and brutality. Though time and earthquakes have worn away much of its grandeur, the ruins tell the story of an empire that knew no bounds. It has inspired architects, scholars, and artists for centuries, serving as a symbol of both the heights and the excess of ancient Rome. The Colosseum is more than just a relic of the past. It's a direct link that shows just how similar we are at times to our ancient counterparts. It serves as both an inspiration and as a warning. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, we encourage you to ram your own warship into the powerful like button. And like the Colosseum, constructing your epic historian is an expensive process. So please consider supporting us on Patreon, where you'll not only receive epic perks, but you can help ensure that we can continue to take you on more adventures throughout the Empire and beyond. And since this is your epic historian, please do let us know in the comments what you would like to see next.